All right, everyone, we are going to, I don't know, I have that accent. It's horrible. I sound like Maven. We're going to rewatch the finals. Before we get to map one, I'm going to go over the vetoes because I think, personally, I think Ultra really f***ed up here early in this series. So you're going to see here, they get rid of Vista, which we're cool with. Karachi for OpTic. Ultra's probably the best Karachi hardpoint team, or one of the best. So what do you have? You have 3 hardpoints. Now, this is one of the good things here for OpTic throughout the weekend is, I haven't said about this about an OpTic team in a while. They expanded their map pool a lot, to which everybody was afraid to pick 6-star versus them, right? This should have been probably 6-star. With sub-base again, I think that's a huge mistake. And then map 2 invasion search. What, you veto high-rise search? This is the problem with Ultra. I don't think OpTic's high-rise is good at all. It's been pretty mediocre. Ultra vetoed this, and invasion search. I know that in the first series when Ultra played them, this was going to be the map 5. I think that one went to 4, right? Instead, what happens is Invasion Search gets through, and on this day, Invasion Search was this OpTic map, right? They beat New York on it. They beat FaZe on it. I think these 2 maps were just not the start you wanted at all. I think the rest I'm pretty much okay with, right? Invasion Control was pretty... I mean, Control's probably the one game mode OpTic needs the most work on. Rio Hardpoint... What OpTic won once, but it's just what's open. And then you have 2 Karachis right here, which they have been strong for Ultra. It's just you don't get there. But yeah, I think these first 2 maps, just veto-wise, were a bit of a mistake here. I think this is a super ego check. Maybe the thinking there is like, if we beat OpTic in map 1 on sub-base, like, we'll win the series. We already lost it. I don't know. Not too worried about it. And then, yeah, this invasion search... It was just a really good map for OpTic that day. I just think I'd rather... I guess you can't really play the high rise because you're Ultra, because you vetoed the hell out of it every single series. It's your auto veto. But giving them those first 2 maps was a choice that I personally don't agree with. But all right, here we go. Let's get into this sub-base. All right, here we go. All right, so you got Scrap and Envoy trying to work through P2, but this is great time here for OpTic. They're going to take this all day. No, I will say, after like, what, a couple of matches in a row, this can happen in a final where map 1, the team that's just been playing, guns are hot. Inside does spawn up. Oh, I got a bloody nose, chat. One moment. Side to actually rotate towards, so you lose the spawns and an opportunity from Ultra to maybe take some of that momentum. What's up, Beefy? All right, also you lose 36 seconds, but all right, number 4 is gonna die. You're gonna see what's gonna happen. So big first kill. Who is that? Kenny? Yeah. So he's gonna get this first kill here, and then they're gonna push through here, and this blocks this spawn. So this gets blocked. One's already spawned out in Scrap. 4 spawns up. Just a very easy P2 break here. Over towards the time. Pred, camera to the sky, looking to make the entry move himself. That's it. 4 spree now for Pred. At 6, he gets a cruise missile, but there's a sneaky Envoy who nearly gets himself 2. Shotsy though, a tough customer. Kills now on the approach. OpTic have got the hard point. They're soaking the time. In come Ultra. That's already a huge moment though, just for OpTic to get that quick of a break. Oh, they still go now. Scrappy though around their time and inside getting the kills as well. So bit of a slaughterhouse around. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is why I hate sub-base. 8 should not spawn here. 5 and 6 spawned here. 8 should spawn here. 7 should spawn here. There's just no reason for that spawn. Well, I mean, that's just awful. But then you're going to get a kill. You pretty much just get a free rotation if you're OpTic. Now 4 is going to spawn here. That's just horrendous. When you need him, he has been the master of that. It's a nice break. It's a good sort of 15 seconds to add to this one, but they've got to make the journey across the map where OpTic are. Right-hand side. Next points up. Shotsy. Where OpTic got gifted. I mean, literally watch what happens here. I mean, you get the 1 kill there. And then they die on the hills, so guess what opens up? Number 4 is going to spawn here at Kleenex. That is awful. That's just horrendous. Either way, that's what you get when you play this. Is it because Ultra in the hill? No. It's just disgusting. That's alright though, if you're Ultra, you get 35 points. You're right back into the game, I guess. But yeah, you lose rotation. This again is just from that spawn. Literally just buys so much time. So you have clearance on your approach. Everybody's from OpTic. Hanging on the back line. Hanging on the back line through the front line though. One void there with that rifle 9. Absolutely singing. Can't get any more shots. He has been shooting fantastically. Also just go through mid and top snow. Just keep them off the hill. Weird spawns middle. You're covering all bases right now for OpTic, and it's only inside, and he's now done. So that's going to be time to the green team. Yeah, absolutely eviscerated. This is big time as well. You got Scrap trying to set up for the kill, but Shotsy maybe a little off angle. Still a turtle Yeah, now if you're Ultra, you're just trying to...
Brother, what's that?
Because Ultra's in the hill? I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue with anyone. I don't hate it as much. At least you have 2 players down here. But there are 2 players here. Realistically, before those spawns pop up, this is blocked. This should block this. And yeah, you could argue you have 3 players here, but this spawn is open. I mean, OpTic should 100% spawn back here, in my opinion. It doesn't, so this is sub base.
Off angle. Still a turtle setup from OpTic, and Scrap finds the timing just to get out towards the door, and look at those spawns.
Okay, here's the thing. I'll give you the 1 spawn out. That's fine. Okay.
The timing just to get out towards the door, and look at those spawns.
There's no reason the 2nd should spawn there. Number 3 should block this all day. Like, I'd give you the first guy. Maybe there's a weird timing near the hill, but the fact that there's 2, that's rough. Okay, into the game we go.
Another situation happened the last time they played on sub-base, so Insight gets caught off guard. This is going to be a rotation.
Shotsy last night on stream said they got blessed. Yeah, they got blessed versus the winners final on this map too. But that's sub base. I don't know how. I would never. I would just be phased. I would ban this map every second of every day.
You got the cutoff kills. 2 players from OpTic playing over towards Warehouse. Somebody needs to actually get the time, but the front line, Ultra are going to struggle to get past it, but Kleenex.
I mean, that's P3 and P4 pretty much gifted in 2 hills.
Before you get to this time.
Once again, OpTic in first now with a sort of moment to fortify this hard point. 40 seconds remaining on it. Kleenex now backed up by Envoy. Approach through long. Slight covering fire there. Kenny.
All right, so Ultra just go through the front. They do flip spawns due to pushing through the front. But you got to get the kills. Okay. Okay. So you have 1 and 2 out. 4 is there. Yeah, what OpTic's on the hill. So what President spawn up there. Okay. I just don't think. Okay, if what we just talked about, if what we just saw, this guy is the closest to the hill, Ultra should spawn here. Watch where they spawn.
And here the OpTic players just trying to slow him down because the pinch was coming in because of the spawns. Still collecting this time. This has been a beautiful hill. Ultra, they make a dent, but you still get bullied on the point. And well, Shotsy, superstar plays already. 13 kills, leading the charge for Texas.
Sitting out of nowhere, he pulls out 13. Dead silence activated. No noise, but no problem for Envoy. Finds it. He immediately looking for that trade. But the teamwork you can see from OpTic, it is going to be massive in the assists column at the end of this opening map. We cross over 100 points.
Ultra weren't great here either in the winners final. Now, it's a little late because off spawn, one's going to die, Envoy. You don't have a clean setup. You don't have much map control. It's a pretty tight setup here. But OpTic are very good at breaking this P5. Yeah, Kenny's doing it first. Well, that's just... Nobody wants to reach out. Yeah, it's just a little too easy. But again, with how messy that P4 was.
Making a statement while they are the best sub-base team in the game.
Locking it down, holding the time once again. As we look back across the first set, it's all OpTic. 3 in the feed. Ultra come out a little quiet. Can Insight get anything going here? Waiting for the boys to reinforce. Perfect name from Kenny. Flush him out. Try to deal the damage. It's 3 in the feed.
This is where OpTic just... This is where... Like they did versus Carolina. It was like 180 to 180. Then at this second P5, they locked them in here. They did it in the winners final, although that P4, again, Ultra kind of got unlucky. But it's really hard to take mid-map control away from them.
Back over to P1 we go, and again looking at that scoreline, a very telling tale of who's been in charge of this game. Can Scrap and the boys find something here? 11 to 13 for Scrap. He's the big shooter for Ultra. Eyes on him to go big.
And you got Fred just trying to back the players down, and a nice reposition, but only damage being done. Kenny gets the kill, but traded out, and a nice win on Dashi as well. That shuts down the spree. So Envoy, clutch gunfights he has been winning in this game.
Good job through it by Ultra to at least retake middle of the map, but now the problem is, right, you have a 70-second buffer. Shotsy's going on a Shotsy route.
Yeah, they need all of it to get us back into this. Still plenty of COD to be played here. Nice 2-piece there from Envoy. Pulling himself back out of the negative KD. A big 3. Stays alive. That's huge work. 20 to go here on P1.
And 20 seconds of scrap time on P1. You're going to love life if you're Ultra in this moment. Still, though, long way to go. Kleenex making moves. Nice 2-piece.
Might flip here. No, they don't flip. This isn't the worst case, right? With P2, you just kind of sit on the barrels. Now you're getting locked in. You know where the last one is. Someone should get hill time.
Let's go for
Okay, you're gonna get that. Immediately gonna turn. Phoenix is gonna spawn up. Okay, so this is how they should get back into the game, right? I'll turn this up a bit for the listening. Really, the key here is this one-on-one. Pred. So what? Shotzi gets one, and then Envoy trades it. Then it's a one-on-one between Pred and Insight. And there's two things I think, two reasons why the OpTic are really good at sub-base. It's like that P5 setup that we saw, and then for some reason they're just really good at jumping through the front window at P2 and getting on the barrels. Like they just hold P2 from the front, which once you get to the barrels and get to the catwalk, I think it's possible. It's just they do it better than everybody else. I don't really know why, but they do. Because now you're setting yourself up, right? You spawn Ultra out, you set yourself up for this P3 rotation. I don't exactly know what it is with this map, but this is just what they do. Like, this isn't easy to break whatsoever, right? Like, those barrel headies are insane, but they do it better than anyone. Alright, so you're back in the game here a bit if you're Ultra. You probably would have loved to have a cleaner hill there. You'd probably be within like 20. But kind of the same thing. They're just trying to get them off the hill. You see Sixes watching the back just in case of the close spawn. But now you have 30 seconds, right? This is a tough part with 30 seconds because what OpTic's going to do is they're going to start probably sending people out and getting kills. You can't give up this 30 because then you'd put them at 220. So Ultra have to go. They have to move on forward. The problem is when you start moving forward, like I said, OpTic's going to want to try to get out. And when they're going to try to flip these spawns, OpTic's going to try to get Ultra to spawn here. This is a tough part with 30 left. You got to go for this, though. Just do the score. Scrap's going to play safe. And now you're down. Yeah. Now you pretty much have to play perfect shot from here on out.
OpTic, fantastic work there, maintaining the lead and pushing over the 200-point mark. But chance the listenings with Ultra are always something special.
I mean, listen, comms like that are why no lead is ever safe against Ultra, but this lead might just be insurmountable. 100-point gap.
Unnecessary. You gotta check. Yeah, we went over the vetoes. I agree. Yeah.
Way to go to claw themselves back in. And Dashy gonna break you down with the cruise.
You see the Malmouth moving now, calling out absolutely everyone in position. Lands at least one. That's enough to take.
Also, still get close spawns. Not the big deal.
So another fight here on the cards for OpTic Texas. Shots like that from Pred certainly help. 2 down to the feet.
And OpTic just want to play keep away in this moment, though. If you get him out of the time and put him in the back, that's all you need just to cut your losses, because Ultra will be getting a good chunk of this time.
But Kenny trying to find something here. He's trying to thread the needle through the back.
Not my birthday.
Any opening or any weakness here in the Toronto Ultra setup, and he hasn't found it yet. He's about to find something. We'll check in on the feed, but he does catch himself a Kleenex. Strossi trying to make some sneaky moves happen. Waits for the go button. Oh, he finally gets it. Good break there from OpTic, 15 left.
And that's all you wanted. That is what you want. Ultra, though, going to be spawning at.
So they just set that up, right? Someone hits the front. Shotzi swims, because that's just what he does.
Now Pred, back in prime position, loves to play for the kills, and because typically he gets.
We would have had to play Vista? No, you would have. 6-star was open. They didn't pick 6-star.
But no one for the moment in this time.
We're very, very much in the business end of this hard point. 20 seconds for the win.
They vetoed Vista. 6-star. It would have been 6-star.
Pred trying to get in there. Doesn't account for a couple there as Ultra battling back through the middle of the map. Kenny over the top. Tagged up on the approach. Can Insight keep him out of the point? Yes. You've still got 20 for the win.
Insight's been doing such a nice job over besides P2 just to play.
Not on him. It probably just moved.
Kenny looking to break it down. Only gets one. The trades for Ultra flown, but Pred on the play. Ultra still a long way to go.
I mean, at this point, you're just kind of playing for scrap time on sub base. And again, this P5, OpTic just really good at kind of trapping you in.
There's been fantastic area denial from Toronto, but not enough to get inside there. A wide open point.
I think Ultra, honestly, again, I don't think they really played this wrong.
This is painful.
Kind of got smoked by spawns first rotation.
You want to flood to the old time.
Couple unlucky ones.
Every single gunfight through and through. Pred shooting more players in the back as the hill pops, and he can play for current kills. Just be the safety net. Try to get a guarantee. Ultra making the reads, but it is not enough. OpTic, the best team on sub base.
All right, let's get into the search. We went over vetoes. So we had an invasion search. Another just really good map for OpTic this weekend. Again, I don't know if I would have put it here if I was Ultra.
And you're just waiting out the nades for that exploding van and maybe getting a little bit of intel, but not too much given away there by Toronto. Shotzi looking at so much map control already, getting inside of.
What did that guy say? Well, that guy's right near the crowd mic, huh? He find it?
And notice he still's got the smoke in hand, hasn't used the frag. Nothing being extinguished. Yeah, but Kleenex, maybe a delicate moment. Damage is being done, and Kenny trying to utilize that to make moves.
That's good counter nades there by Ultra. Kleenex was in a really tough spot.
And that's two teams that know each other's tendencies very, very well. They've all done their homework in the build up to this grand finals, in the build up to this map. Shotzi looking to find his first blood. Into the fray he finds Envoy. There's the soul smoke for OpTic planted down. Kenny finds his on a scrap, so huge advantage right now for OpTic Texas.
And this is for an offense win. Pred's gonna fall.
I don't really know how this changed. So, like, I feel like online and stuff, a lot of contention for especially defenses is around mid-tank. The reason is, right, if you control mid-tank, you can control connector. You control connector, you can see when they cross the B. This player on B is either playing back tractor, or he's playing in the back, or you could honestly just give it up and play from here. And a lot of the times this weekend, I don't know why, but defenses, there's nobody here. So what does this do? You either have to double up B, or if you don't fight this, or you have to like flank, right? But if you flank, normally what happens when you flank is you leave your guy towards B and you just opt to retake. And this happened a lot, and we're going to see it again with Shotzi just walks up this street for free and wins a gunfight. And I don't really know how that happened. Now, I think the one team that did well with it was probably FaZe. It's just they lost a lot of clutches, but you just had like almost like a two-man default B setup that they opted to. And everyone else is just like, you just have nothing here if you're Ultra. I don't know how this can happen.
There's the soul smoke for OpTic planted down. Kenny finds his on a scrap, so huge advantage right now for OpTic Texas.
And this is for an offense win. Pred's gonna fall, so maybe the opportunity in
Lost both series. I mean, if you would have told me they're 0-4 in search on a Sunday, I would have probably told you were high, but that's just simply how it goes sometimes.
It's gonna be just waiting, biding his time for Kleenex to clear out everything, and you can see they're grouping up. They're gonna try to work it together. Two players coming through dark side.
Starting to run out of time. Here comes the dark side here. Kylo Ken feeling that one. Hazley suppressing fire.
And inside you can see not comfortable in this moment. Still watching his back, and you turn a few too many times. Dashie gonna gun you down.
That's just that first pick by Shotzi on Envoy. It just runs up the street.
Kleenex, he's going to be the man we watch here as he rockets forward towards that A-bomb site.
OpTic love playing around Broken Control, which we all know.
Very lovely corner inside the park. The view might not be great, but a lot of information is going to be passed over here.
What stun missed?
He's just clearing everything out. This is quite literally just playing for the information. Stun check behind one thing. You had a teammate stun land behind the other side of it, so clearing out that space today. But this is just noise. OpTic have stacked up B Street, two players and Broken. A delicate moment for the Ultra players.
It's nice noise, and a couple of tags to just push Kleenex back, make him possibly rethink the attack towards A, but for now it's...
Yeah, this is the importance of this mid-tank, right? Because if they go up B, Dashie can just go help connector.
This is careful. If you choose wrong, you might run into a blunder. Stun get a miss. Ultra don't have any information. They try to make a play.
And he's going to get two towards A.
Picked apart. OpTic, too good of a setup in the gunny.
And again, I feel like maybe this is just LAN and like pressure, but I feel like every time there was an A hit online, it's sort of these guys would come out and like smoke this, chow this, and then what the other two would do is like hit this mid-tank guy. And it just never happened. Like your two are going through here, and there's just no pressure mid-tank. Because if you say this guy dies, like say the first guy dies, like number 3, and then number 4 and number 2 trade out on Dashie, it's a 2-on-2 and you have the bomb site. And I felt like we saw that a lot online.
And Envoy, this is careful. If you choose wrong, you might run into
like he's gonna get 2, and there's just no pressure mid-tank. I don't even know what Ultra's trying to do in this round. It's a weird one.
There's the opening hail of gunfire again. Players willing to square up, cross map straight off the rip, but that just means when Kenny's shooting.
FaZe have a bad event. I mean, FaZe were just 0-4 in search on Sunday. I don't really think that doesn't happen very often.
They are just thirsty for the information so they can figure out what to do.
I don't really necessarily think they had a bad event. Just have a bad day.
Finds 2 out of seemingly nowhere. That's a strong start there for Ultra in the round.
1.9 in S&D at this major. Scrap making a statement. He might just be the best player in the game. 2v4, not gonna last. Envoy catches Dashie, Shotzi.
There's the adjustment, right? You try to get very adjustive up to B Street, like OpTic's been doing. A Street's open. Scrap's just able to find it. So nice, just little risk there. Down 2-0. Maybe they just feel like they have to make a play. Take it to them a bit. They do.
Was aggressive enough inside a cafe that he saw just a one player cross through blue side. So I know someone's leaning over towards the broken side of the map, but everybody else from Ultra is still on.
All right, mid takes open here, but you see Six is playing very slow. He's got to help it Kenny if he needs it.
I thought Canadians were meant to be nice. A Scrap, he's not redecorating the side of that hotel. He's basically looking for information on the inside, but no one from OpTic, all of them, backed up on the far left-hand side of the map.
Here we go, though. It's going to be a 4-man hit from Ultra. They're grouping up together. They're attacking Shotzi with Kenny right behind him.
Kenny's right behind him on the inside of the doorwell, so you've got to go fast. Take care of Shotzi ASAP. Lying in wait. Opening salvo of fire now complete. And Shotzi, oh, he plays it.
Good trade.
That's good enough for now. Kenny trying to prevent the players get on towards the bomb site. Lovely shots. Here comes the pinch from Pred.
There's the timing as well. Sent in for the kill. Insight. Well, you're being hunted down. Pred, though. Too many things to check. Well, there's the kill, or is it? There we go. 2v2.
2v2. It's a perfect pitch. Polar opposites.
Oh, Scrap tries to get out there.
His fight. Envoy. It's a perfect pitch. Polar opposites right now for the OpTic boys. Pred wins.
I'm not sure why Scrap tries to get out here. Maybe he's just trying to catch a timing on Pred getting to the tank, but it doesn't work out. And you kind of leave Envoy out to dry. Right, because you just have this crossfire. Again, Envoy's got a sub, but he could at least watch close. Scrap from here should not lose this versus Dashy. I mean, I don't think he would. But I think he's literally just trying to slide out to the tank and catch Pred while he's jumping on a broken.
There we go. 2v2.
2v2. It's a perfect pitch. Polar opposites right now for the OpTic boys. Pred wins his fight.
Yeah. I mean, what is Envoy supposed to do here with a fucking sub? Like,
There's 25 on the clock.
that's a tough one.
Easy pickings there for the OpTic boys. Pred.
Going for the trade. He had info. He just got cooked. And you have info, but you don't need to push. There's no.
Small window of opportunity for
Just silly. You don't have to trade that at all.
We're at the halfway mark here for OpTic Texas.
He doesn't really get cooked. Jumps behind the heady.
And that's a lot of explosions in the distance. That's going to be the frag grenades, and the Semtex is nearly extinguished. Shotzi's gone. He still has the smoke to work with, though.
Stun's not connecting there. A smoke just to be a nuisance. This is the isolated Envoy. He wants the kill, and he's going to get it. That double chow was perfect.
Scrap's trying to cause some chaos here in the smoke, but as soon as it settles and clears, he's going to find himself alone and in dear need of teammates. 50 seconds on the clock. Backs on up. Insight wins his on the other side of the map. The 3 remaining members of Ultra now turtle up and hope for the best.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing on the island.
Dashy's just hoping for an over-rotate. Dashy's just hoping he can waltz up the A street and flank.
2v2. And Kenny backs out 1 HP in a dream. 30 seconds left in the round.
Yeah, no one here from Ultra is going to be able to maneuver in a position. They have to hope for a fight. But speaking of maneuvering, it's exactly what.
It's a nice reposition there by Pred.
Dangerous corner.
And Ultra haven't sussed this out just yet.
Now they just have no info, right? So because you have no info, now you're going to see number 4, but they have no idea where the bomb is because Insights had to pick up the flank. And OpTic, they haven't shown anything. They haven't shot. They just repositioned through Cafe. But 4 has to stay. Insight has to stay. Like, you just have no info.
You get baited the wrong direction. But Inside, very patient player. He's waiting for Kleenex to get involved as well.
They've opted for the other corner. Kenny. Oh, the timing not great, but the shot's magnificent.
The fact he gets one there's unreal.
Kleenex versus Pred. 2 submachine gun players, 30 seconds to do it.
And Kleenex has just never seen him. Yeah, it's a guessing game at this point. You got to hunt him down, but he just does not know what side.
W there in the hands of Kleenex. He's going to try to maneuver through. The Renetti has been such a dangerous tool for so many players this tournament.
He's still going, though, trying to clear every single corner. The final one to check.
Pred, he sees him, lines up.
That's rival.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kleenex.
Tough one with the rival. As soon as he gets caught.
Kleenex now on the 3 spree. We'll see how far that goes. Trophy at the ready as well. That is going to be very handy on the approach towards the B-bomb site.
We're getting mixy. Envoy nearly runs into death, but it turns.
Okay, somehow that turns into a first blood. Okay.
Down with an AR. This man is happy to be aggressive.
Scrap with a forward position now. The heels are dug in for Ultra.
All right, so they're worried about 7, right? They're worried about Pred here. You're keeping Insight all the way, watching the flank, hoping somebody over-rotates.
Now its way forward.
And it's a commitment, too. They're going straight towards B, even though Scrap knows 2 players are nearby. His teammates trust him just to keep Kenny and Dashy at bay.
They're happy to take the fight. They've got Insight covering the flank as well, so the backside of their setup is totally safe for now.
And the spot Insight is in, he can see the full map cross, so I think he has the information to play it through dark, so Kleenex, he'll be staring at it all day long.
Scrap just taking a couple of love taps here. They're not warning shots from Dashy. He's trying to go for it. Insight again, watching that flank. Information pass to Kleenex. Back and forth, now you go. Dashy manages to find one of the front lines. So the numbers for Ultra thinning. Bruce pressing forward. Envoy finds himself here a moment ago.
Yeah, it's just the first blood. They get to the bomb.
Ultra, that box formation through the middle of the map.
Well, that's unfortunate too. Nade connects for Kleenex, but not quite anyone else there for the follow-up.
All right, so this is your more normal setup we've seen, at least through online. Now, I will say, like, what Abizi and FaZe do is this player usually has an MCW to help out Envoy, but opted for the rival here.
And it's such a big spread because you got Scrap over towards B. You got number 3 Insight over down A street. So Kleenex never has to be worried about turning. He'll be told if he needs to look.
That door, here it comes.
Trophy?
System working overtime. OpTic, here comes the 3, 2, 1, go. Smoke, Shotzi, tip of the spear, right on through. Envoy, the hard point opener. That is going to sting. Here comes the pod. Insight right into it.
Just good reactions by Ultra.
No, the pinches are on.
Scrap gets this one. It's a 1v1. He just gets desperate. Yeah. So what? You get this one. Does he shoot the trophy?
OpTic
Yeah, so they shoot the trophy. Yeah, it's just tough. I mean, you get this down to a 2v2. He's got to watch this. You could do the... Yeah, he's going to watch this. He's going to stay patient. It's just, again, like sort of this crossfire. But look how many... I mean, OpTic players, 4 OpTic players here. They're all just going to hit this shit. Do I think OpTic will play sub base again? No.
One go. Smoke. Shotzi. Tip of the spear. Right on through. Envoy. The hard point.
The good thing for them, though, is their 6-star and Vista are good enough.
No, the pinches are on. Scrap. Scrambling to find.
They have to keep working on their Karachi.
Here comes the push. Oh!
And OpTic, that is so much mid-map presence. They are getting aggressive on defense. And Ultra going to be here to match them. Already kicking open the door. Dashing for the first blood. Next player by the site. Dead to right. Spread.
I mean, I don't hate it by Ultra. Like last round on B, right? They just sort of hit this. They just caught them off guard up B. They're just trying to go quick and catch them in their setup. But the problem here is, which they have no idea, there's nobody A street. So you just have a 3-man setup mid. Like, it's just it's a hard counter. You could watch this A cross from mid tank, right? This is sort of the strength of mid tank. You could watch the cross. If that happens, then Pred could back up or Dashi could back up. But I mean, he's just hanging out. They almost do catch Pred out. Like, it almost does work, but
Taking him down.
Pred decapitates CleanX. Looks for another. Pred!
One round away, though. I think they've been on point on offense. They have shown us different looks and maybe trying to play with the intel. They actually showed so many players cross over towards B, and if Ultra give it up, and they might have, because a bit of a rotation coming back towards B Street. Maybe OpTic slightly ahead of the intel game. Belly crawl even.
Gonna smoke it. I mean, I don't think like, it's just a risk. It could work out. If it works out and they catch Pred and go 1-for-1 trade, it's not the worst play. It's just
manages to pick out at least Kenny.
what it is.
Advantage now on Shotzi. Can he take care of CleanX?
I don't hate risks on offense.
Never expect the player to be that aggressive, and well, here's the bump.
CleanX can't get picked there. Like, these are just little rotation mistakes here. You have all of mid-map lockdown, right? You have connector, you have B Street. Like, your teammates mid can watch the A-bomb. All CleanX has to do is sit right here on this heady. There's just no need to overchow this. Like, if his teammates are worried about the bomb, he could start to sneak up towards the A Street. There's just no need to peek this.
Manages to pick out.
Like, he's got a player mid-tank right now, and they're working the pinch. He should literally just never die here. There is zero need. We talk about just putting your controller down or not moving. This is, without a doubt, one of those situations.
Advantage now on Shotzi. Can he take care of CleanX?
Because now look what happens, dude. His teammates are like, well, because now look, with him dead, they could wrap all the way through. They could take this, right? This just like, you're forcing your teammate. You lose so much map position.
You just never expect the player to be that aggressive, and well, here's the bomb potential.
You never expect anyone to be that aggressive, but you should never not be watching that.
Last man standing scrap. How much can you really do?
A 1v none. It's done.
That's just such a bad death. Because now look what happens, right? You lose that because you're worried about them going this way. He goes through here. He's trying to take mid-tank still, so he doesn't want to watch his bomb. It's just... these deaths are just little things, man. All right, what do we got? Mission control. This hasn't been graded for OpTic, but I mean, well, there was another one of these. I mean, there were a couple rounds, but yeah, it's just another one where I think Ultra really had some tough moments. Teams are really good on offense at this event, though. On this, teams are really starting to figure it out.
The very least, Shotzi manages to fight his way out. Now pressure on towards Insight. Crawling towards that B zone.
Good defense so far for Ultra.
Safe as the pinch is complete and it's a purple feed.
Now you're at B tank as well.
This is worst case scenario from OpTic.
Right, Kenny gets 3.
Kenny gives you 2 and for
What,
1.
Envoy tried to pinch that?
Now you can safely traverse over to B.
So normally what would happen here is you get one to tank. Your guy Envoy right here. Normally, like, you could pinch this if you want, but usually you just watch this through connector. And as they're crossing the B, you're just trying to get one. Right, again, you're just trying to make sure there's 1 or 2 on a B. I mean, I don't hate the fact that he goes for this flank. It could pay off, but he ends up dying. Because, like, normally, you're not even cross here. With all 3 of these dead, you're not even to a point yet. Like, if Envoy's still mid or connector, he can maybe get 1 more to buy his team a little bit more time, but it doesn't happen.
Big wins. Kenny gives you 2 and Dashi for 1. You open up the floodgates. Now you can safely traverse over towards B.
The calamitous situation to be in if you lose more than 2 players at a time. Very, very tough spot to be in. 2 players now for OpTic. They're capturing the B zone. It's going to make it go by very quick. The first segment done and saved. Wow, Scrap though.
Good shots by Scrap.
Towards the zone. Kenny
Trades.
That's an interesting decision from Kenny. Hops off the point just to sort of fake out for a moment, but right now 18 seconds.
But OpTic, they're just making sure they never get trapped, honestly. Ultra are doing well. It's just the second set of gunfights they aren't winning off spawn.
Ultra might be chalking this one up, and well, they're gonna have to play the.
All right, big kill by Kenny. It forces Envoy to have to rotate over to A, right? Has to keep you honest at A.
There we go. Forward on towards the A zone now. All that remains for Ultra in this opening round.
I will say those were huge gunfights being won by Kenny and Dashy just to make sure that the spawn trap doesn't commence, because Piranha could have picked you apart in this round. Now though, trying to hunt down Pred. Kleenex able to get out with his.
I like it a lot, at least from a casting perspective. Always really have.
Wide open to the zone.
They're gonna keep a run.
So what? Scrap loses a gunfight. Probably gets team shot by Kenny and Dashy. Now you're into a tough spot because you have one player Cafe. He's B Street and Envoy's here. And then what? Envoy goes down. As soon as Scrap dies, Envoy peeks, he dies. And now look what happens. Kleenex then has to turn. As soon as Kleenex turns, you're going to get pushed up this way. So these dominoes are just falling. This is what we talk about. Like, I mean, once one domino goes, they all kind of fall. Just forcing sort of these rotations. Now it's 3 dead.
Oh, Kenny finds a pair. It's a full spree, and now they're on A.
Is the entire black. How many players can stack number 6? Turn around and get on it. It's going to be a triple skill.
That's a chow out of Ken. They'll love it, but it's a chow. I'll take it. It worked. That was faded, I think. I think they win this if they just sit here. I think this is a absolutely faded chow, double chow, but they both slide out. So really what you're trying to do here is you're trying to force them. You're trying to catch them sprinting, right? They have to sprint. You're trying to catch them sliding. They go for the double chow. I don't know about that one, but I don't know about this one. I mean, you have 3 on it. You have 3 on this. I think you can just sit here, but it's all right.
Nothing's going to make it top bullets, and that's exactly what Envoy and Scrap do. Now secure.
I was fake.
To capture it.
It is fantastic that you get those 2 ticks, but how close you would have been just to being devastating. And well, Scrap, the main that picked up 3 kills to shut down the A zone, gives you the hands as well.
25 seconds on the clock, starting to run red. Envoy on the A Street side of the map.
Yeah, I think so, Glock. The other big kill here on that retake is the mid-map kill. I think it was Envoy who ends up getting it. Because what this does, right? This player off spawn, like, who's it? Pred? Like, Pred can, like, watch across through a search. So that allows number 8 to either look this way or to help his teammates. Instead, he then has to, like, worry about this A search pinch. So it's a big gunfight win by Envoy, but I think if you have 3 on this, it gets pretty close. Then as soon as Kenny dies, Dashy feels like he has to chow, and then it's just Shotzi here alone.
Still though, well, it is fantastic that you get those 2 ticks, but
the chow with 2 to 3 on the point with trophies. It's literally just we have 2 to 3 on the point. They have to sprint at us. So why you see teams sort of like go for a chow is, again, you're trying to catch them as their mid-tack sprint. That's all it is. It's just a risk. It's a gamble.
Perfect coverage there from Scrap in the middle. This is a beautiful interlocking field of fire. And Envoy will be able to drive the first, their second. As a Dark Prince springs to life, and that should be the round. No way they make it towards the zone in 10. Strong work out of Ultra here in the first.
Yeah,
it's close.
On this moment, nobody's going to be able to slip through and get to this zone. Not before they meet death. Savior right now for Toronto.
Prepping these players up, not enough to get both, or will it? Beautiful teamwork, the double bait and switch there, and Ultra, they come out on top. Mark comes out on top as Shotzi gets the kill, but you're still getting the B zone capture done. 1 segment down, halfway through the second.
There's interesting timing going on as well, potentially down that A Street, but Dashy going to back up and be the iron.
Yeah, what we saw a lot this weekend is this player A Street who was just Dashy, like, to try to pinch. In like A Street's just open. Like, we never really saw that online. Like, it was very rare. I don't know what it was with this event or between these top 4, but typically you just, like, I know it could just be boring, but normally you just sit here. Just sit here. And I don't know what it was this weekend, but a lot of teams did it.
Problematic, but instead, back over towards B.
He didn't win the gunfight, but he got his own trade with the nade there. Now, pressure is on. 2 minutes on the game clock. Not a whole lot of lives lost either side, and it's getting sneaky in the attack here.
Yeah, he wants these next 2 kills. Well, now he just wants this. A cruise missile can go such a long way, but he gets cut down immediately.
But again, look at your A Street, right? Your only player was Cafe. Number 3's already pushed up. Like, I don't really know why defenses went away from that, but
a big moment there from Shotzi. Shut down the 5, but now look at Insight. The pressure on the zone. OpTic, how many nades and stuns do you have? You gotta weed them out.
Oh, cook that.
Now it just forces everybody from OpTic to push this, so it gives Ultra some room.
Well, does get 1 out of it, but that's going to be the attack.
Now they all just collapse.
Before you go, Kleenex still keeping the pressure up. Body shots. In and out he goes. Pinch there. Oh no! What a snap on the first player. The transition now. You're trying to buy time
Good, Derek.
for your squad to move forward.
Oh man, Dashy's slowing him down just enough as well. Scrap and Envoy could have made it, but Envoy still currently is the nuisance, the thorn in your side. Two players' attention drag back his direction, and that just means his teammates need to get in the mix. Kenny, not the right corner to check, and Envoy continues.
Oh, it really wasn't just OpTic. It was a lot of teams.
Now he's got to be something a bit more special.
So again, what you don't really have a street due to the pressure over towards A. Ultra come off spawn. They get the kills. I mean, this should have been Ultra's round, right? Is this the one they throw? It's 4 dead.
The team has been wiped. OpTic are gone. Now Ultra able to stack.
Okay, I think Scrap right here. This is a huge. You have 3 on this. Scrap's just trying to get there. I think he should just stay Cafe. I think he gets a kill Cafe and maybe wraps back out and just watches this cross. This is, yeah. And then Insight never has to peek. He never has to peek. It's just a tough timing. I mean, he's just thinking if we get the 4 stack, it's over. But yeah, obviously what happens of it is, no, he just, I don't know what Insight's doing either. I mean, even with Scrap's death, I don't know if Insight should have peeked that. But I mean, that's the round. This should have been at least, because if Scrap just backs out of this door, sits here and watches this cross, Insight never has to peek. But yeah, this is just a giant, huge mistake from Ultra.
They line up for Shotzi, and now only 2 cap. Well, the second tick doesn't even go through. Can you flood him before it happens? I can't tell if they got it, but Ultra did just enough to tie it up on the tick front. And with only 9 lives remaining from OpTic, they have to pump the brakes and be delicate. You can lose this 2 different ways.
Give a minute to go, and you have 14 lives if you're Ultra on the attack here. OpTic Texas have got.
Yeah, nobody really that far up A Street. You get it if you are Ultra.
A moment of quiet falls across Invasion. Kenny and Fred.
And that's big that they get 1, right? Or that they get 2. If one of OpTic dies there, like, then maybe it's like a 2 versus 2, and this player's still on A. Like, if number 3 just rolls up and wins that gunfight, it's massive. But the fact that Kenny and Pred, it's clean, it then allows Ashy to, like, reposition. And then he's just able to take this gunfight. But if his team loses Cafe control, right, what ends up happening then is he has to play safe around A, which then maybe you have a 2-on-1 towards A, but that doesn't happen.
Loses a tough one against the pillar and against Dashy there. Pressure now on, 30 seconds.
And this is going to turn frantic with only 30 seconds remaining. Ultra, they're going to have to start pushing the pace. No time to clear every single corner. Going to have to start running it down. Envoy leading the charge with the reinforcements behind him, getting picked apart along the way.
I think both teams probably should have both won their offense.
15 seconds. Got to get a few more kills. It would have helped.
But it ends up being 1-1.
By the smallest of margins. Toss you all out. Atypical for them to make.
I know, it's a wild one. That is a brilliant opener and a very, very important thing to have here. Oh, no!
All right, so you're for the A start.
Knock the teeth out.
Shotzi doing Shotzi shit? I mean, I guess. But, like, why are they double peeking that?
3 in the feed, but Envoy built different. Kenny, he's on a 4, but he's also completely by himself. Great damage being done, but a long way to go. There's number 5. You want the cruise, you want the time. You bite off more than you can chew, but you also buy your team some pressure. But Envoy, the key gunfights he has been winning, he's on the pitch inside of Ice Cream. His OpTic are getting aggressive on the map, but right now, I mean, no one is on.
And it's Ani's most impactful COD players ever seen? I mean, sure.
Envoy still, he's that top left-hand side of the minimap. We call that area Ice Cream. He's roaming around by B now.
I mean, I think any, like, entry fast sub players, you probably say the same thing about Kleenex, BZ. Yeah. Pretty true to any, like, super aggressive sub player.
By the way, getting inside a Cafe, Ultra is so careful to roam back over towards that A zone that it just opens up the pressure on the map. OpTic can reflect and capture B. So, Toronto, you can see they are happy to play a very safe game on defense. But for the moment, getting picked apart, while Shotzi's going to fall, you still have Dashy on a 5.
And nobody from Ultra really able to get up A Street yet. Envoys go for it.
Wallbang kill, so he didn't see him. Dashy saw that. Here comes the hit. That's the cruise. Scrap gets dropped. 15 lives remaining for Ultra on the defense.
And Dashy centering absolutely perfect. Knows the slide is going to come in. He's aiming down just a little bit. His reads on point, and this is the moment.
Able to hunt down Envoy. You know, the other 3 off spawn.
Now you flip as Dashy unkillable.
Assassinates his way forward. Another now.
I mean, you don't have anybody on the point, obviously, but it's 18 versus 8.
Now, Ultra on the back foot.
I mean, just keep like the foot on the gas right now. They only have 8 lives. lives, you got a minute. Continue just to slay.
A very different round this time. OpTic have gone for the absolute jugular. You've slaughtered Ultra in the kills department.
Good pace by Ultra.
To stay alive. Push forward. You've got 45 seconds of the round is yours.
And Kenny, the most objective-minded player on OpTic in this moment when he was trying to get towards
Just like, how do you not get to the point here, though, if you're OpTic at all? Like, what happens here? You just never go for it? You just got to play for it? So, one player dies on the point. So it looks like Kenny's the only one thinking about going to the point. The other three are just like, fuck it.
Ultra now having to fall back immediately towards the A zone.
Yeah, I guess you're just playing around spawn kills. Yeah, I'm just like, how do we never get to the point ever? And they just hunt him down. Yeah.
Now, 8 lives, you got a minute. Continue just to slay.
It's really only Ken who's trying to work a street. All right, he gets on it. And he gets picked again. Nice pick by Insights.
Doing what you can to stay alive. Push forward. You've got 45 seconds of the round is yours.
And Kenny, the most objective-minded player on OpTic in this moment when he was trying to get towards A, gets gunned across the map by Insight, wins a huge one-on-one. 7 lives remaining, and this is 30 seconds burnt off the clock. OpTic might be missing the moment, but here comes the cruise.
You might be able to get another one. The cruise is going to be good enough to push Envoy inside. Not enough for the kill, but that allows OpTic to run through the streets uncontested.
A lot of shots to hit a route. Good trades though for Ultra. 6v12. Again, you only have one on this.
Tagged up. Can he find kills? One and done. Ultra holding on for now.
This is a missed opportunity from OpTic. Like, the pace has just been slowed so much. 14 seconds on the clock, and look at this setup from Toronto, swarming around this time.
They're pushing it back. 10 seconds though. There's still an opportunity to get in here if you're OpTic Texas. They find 2 kills. Shotzi is it. Kleenex wins his. He gets himself a cruise as well, and now the clock ticking. Stay alive for a moment. Kenny wins it. They're in. 1.2 on the clock.
Let's see, 1v1. Just the detonate, man.
Can he win the fight?
I think he wins. It's close.
OpTic slay him out.
Just that detonate. Playing kept saying they should have thought Dashy should have shrieked when he was alive in blue. Thoughts?
For Big Bruce towards the end. 1.2.
I don't know. Invasion's just tough with streets. There's just so many buildings.
Insanity.
It worked out. They won the round. Who the fuck cares?
Absolutely outstanding work from Big Bruce. They're not boos you hear, it's a Bruce. And for now, it's bruises on both teams as the opening hits land. A couple of contusions and confusion across Invasion.
Fred Masterclass this round, I believe you.
Going down 3-0 would be devastating. What has now been a nearly perfect series from OpTic Texas in the grand finals. The onslaught just continues. Seemingly every kill been flowing their way. And, well, last man near the point is Kleenex. Shotzi, easy reads and great hit fire.
Dude, play Fortress Control any day? You're faded.
Right back into it. Inside. Well, finally, I only had to land one. Good enough for now. Shotzi still keeping the pressure up.
Thanks, Jay. Appreciate that.
Really keeping Ultra away from the A zone. Less than a minute to play here.
And it's another one of these moments. It's Insight sort of roaming over towards this A zone. Might be able to get the pressure and cross over towards time. Kenny, though, trying to back him down. Good tags through the wall. And this is the same situation. Wow. You can't even stop it. And now you might have the opportunity from OpTic. They can go quickly.
All right, B's open for Ultra.
Kenny's just absolute magnificent game knowledge.
Just trying to slay her on the map.
You're gonna land this. Say bye-bye to Kenny. That's 2 down. Can you take care of the player on bridge? Yes, you
3
can.
dead. Last time mid.
Rain across the map for about 4 seconds. Ultra have got now. Head off spawn. Straight.
Good shots by Fred. The tough spot that I too. That with 2 there. Just slows this push so much.
55 seconds. Ultra trying to group up together and look to see if they can find a little bit of magic too in the feed. And while the go button here on
Another big gunfight win.
is lonesome, gets caught out, come off respawn, got to do it all again.
And it looks like the kills might be the decider again.
Now it's a 3v4.
Pressure, no, still not losing.
Yeah, he's had a lot of big one-on-ones. Another one. Another one. He's cooking. He's cooking.
The last few set of kills. And Insight is going to swing for
I pinpoint the difference in OpTic from Thursday to Saturday. I mean, Sunday they were just clutch.
OpTic Texas, they have marched across the border and they are well and truly.
For sure, like in the searches. All right, then what do we got? Rio? Yeah, then you're up 3-0. I don't know. I just hate the fact they played sub-base invasion search first 2. Hate it, hate it, I hate it. This is the one they didn't play much, but the 2 times they played it, they look good on it. Hate it from Toronto's perspective? Yeah.
OpTic might just run you over.
JP said optically average on Rio Online. I mean, yeah, they were 5 and 4 coming into this.
Over their head. Here we go, folks. It's going to have to be an absolute stormer from Toronto here.
They're definitely like the worst on it out of the top 4. But sometimes that's just the way it works.
And you see MCW off the rip there from Scrap, so he might be switching things up depending on the hill that we're on. But right now, OpTic inside of the hill. And
the big thing for them is, again, their 6-star and Vista have gotten good enough to where teams veto that over sub-base. Well, Toronto vetoes that over sub-base, which I think is insanity.
If you notice close in the feed, though. Shotzi did take one extra player to the grave. So
And then Ultra's got to get good at high rise.
He got the extra kill.
They're going to get every final second there as we go towards the second hard point. Shotzi running circles around you in your spawn.
Yeah, he's such a problem right now. So many
Their P1s were really good.
And it takes 3 players effectively to keep it. But look at the spawn from number 5 because Scrap spawns out at the old time. OpTic get gifted the back.
They've got a lot of presence here towards the back. They've got a few more kills to get. That helps a lot. Kleenex has got.
They get this spawn?
In your spawn. They're going to get every final second there as we go
The
towards
Shotzi in the
second
back.
point. Shotzi running circles around you in your spawn.
Yeah,
One
he's
spawns
such a
out,
problem
just
right
Shotzi.
now. So many players turn his direction and it
That makes sense. Just because Shotzi blocks it, so one spawns out.
takes 3 players effectively to keep it. But look at this.
Nobody wants to see Sharksy in the water. Well, 6-star is going to change, right? So that map will change for them. It'll still be in the water, but it's probably going to help teams that there's not a whole hill in the water.
Gunfight there comes to a close, and with that said,
So that'll be different. Don't like Vista? Yeah, I mean, again, it's not the fact that they didn't like Vista. They didn't pick 6-star. They picked sub-base. But the reason you picked, I guess you picked sub-base instead of 6-star is because you don't want to play out on 6-star. But I don't know if I agree with that.
Trying to put the pressure on the flank. Ultra though, nice and secure. Nobody slipped through the net except for maybe number 7. Scrap's headset works though, able to go and hunt him down.
It's working fantastically. Thank you very much. His controller working pretty well also. Well, the new hard point's up. This is a tough one.
Okay, Clint's backed up to play safer spawns.
And lots of problems to deal with. Envoy finding at least one out of this. But again, so much aggression from the OpTic boys. Pred soars in. Last man Scrap wins the fight. And
What's up, Zeus?
too much salt and pepper on that steak.
Yeah, looking for a little bit of extra confidence, trying to get back in the mix. His confidence so far in this series, well, gotta crank it up.
Lead change. Ultra now in control. The guns are starting to heat up. Starting to feel it. Mouthing off in game, mouthing off in real life. 15 seconds remaining here on our next hard point. And we go towards new. Here we go. Solid lead here for Ultra.
Also, really late to this roto. Is this just due to this like pressure? I guess they just keep fighting Scrap. 20 seconds. They're all on the hill. What? 5's gonna die. Kenny's gonna rotate off spawn. Yeah, he's gonna rotate.
Mouthing off in game, mouthing off in real life. 15 seconds remaining here on our next.
Yeah, then you're gonna spawn out.
And we go towards new. Here we go, chance. Solid lead here.
Why do they spawn out there?
Scrap starting to feel it. Mouthing off in game, mouthing off in real life. 15 seconds.
Bro, fucking what?
Up, Scrap starting to feel it. Mouthing off in game, mouthing off in real life.
Dude, they've just, I mean, dude, Ultra had some really unlucky hardpoint spawns this tournament. Jesus. I mean, it just makes 0 sense. It makes literally 0 sense. I don't know.
15 seconds remaining.
And now because of your presence here and here, you have more players on this map, so they give you good spawns. And now you get a free rotation. Oh my God. Because realistically, right, if 6 spawns out here, 4 in, 1 spawn here, they come off spawn, and you have a 2-on-1 versus Kenny. That doesn't happen. Instead, now you have a 3-on-1 here. They then are going to recognize, oh, hey, Ken, you can just rotate and watch this. Watch, 5's probably going to turn here. Yep, dude. Oh, my God. Ah! 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 Somebody punch me in the fucking face. All right, now you have to break the hardest hill to break, all right?
Everything perfectly in his brand new home.
It's an absolute stalwart of defense here. Trophy systems as well, making sure that nothing makes it through the air except for bullets. And whoa, Kleenex and Envoy find theirs. The trophies are gone.
Fred goes on a crazy pinch here. But it kind of works out because Kenny gets one. Then he's trusting his teammates to play. Said good spawns are consistent. I'd argue on Rio, that one rarely happens. That was pretty unlucky. On sub-base, I'd agree with you. On Rio, I don't know. I don't know if I could see that one again.
He's got 12 shots. He has 10. How much this SMG duo loves to see them some Rio.
Also get a little sweet corner, lie down, enjoy the roses.
All right, so let's just talk about that fucking hill because this goes from the end of that one. You gifted a rotation. It goes from 56 to 48 to what? 48. You get a free 45. 45 to 4 on that hill.
He's happy. He's got a That's the real streak.
Here it goes towards that point.
And does Pred get a streak off of that? You get 45 to 4 and Pred gets a streak off that? That is unlucky. I mean, the whole game, Rio plays decent. I'd say most maps have like 1 or 2 like hills that have some weird spawns, but I think the newer maps are definitely more consistent than like the old MW2 maps.
Nice kills from Toronto. Shotzi from down low now. Cut his way forward. His insight manages to stay.
Usually you see weird ones on this on like P5. Sub-base is sub-base. Vista can get a little weird just on P3 and P4. Everything else plays the same. 6-star like the P2, but that's pretty much it on 6-star.
But Ultra have got some space to work with. How's he still alive?
Inside loves that angle. He's going to stay there as well. Pred now on the prowl. Inside finally taken down. And Envoy, you know he's behind the pillar. It's a dancing game around the zone. And OpTic, the better dancers. The boots are made for walking. And, well, the time is theirs, too.
Boots were made for kicking ass. So over 100 points we now go as OpTic Texas marching into the lead. 25 seconds remaining here. Scrap with a couple. You still have yet to get the boys out the point. No winner is decisive. Nice work from inside there.
Big break for Ultra.
For now.
Yeah, and OpTic's been, I don't know how many points they averaged on P1. I'm going to say it's been like probably like 30, 35, like every P1.
I was going to say, Shotzi doesn't want to have the scrap time, but either way for Toronto, they are getting outslayed. Only 2 players positive, and it is by minutes of margins. Right now being outslayed by the SMG duo, but Toronto doing a good job.
Have the cruise.
And here comes the cruise call from Pred. Can his teammates get in position, though? Shotzi makes his way to the top.
Able to get themselves into the point. So under the coverage of the cruise, no kills, but that is huge.
When cruise gets them out of the hill, you just get into the hill. You have power positions down. Bro, that like this all went wrong from that P4 spawn, P3 spawn, sorry.
Especially when you don't have the first shot.
These guys are.
I mean, obviously you gotta have to deal with stuff like that, but it's crazy when you think of the momentum shift from one bad spawn.
Almost skeet shooting right now from Kenny. Overwhelmed by the stuns and nades. Ultra.
The stars may have aligned on some of these hard points I'm watching.
Just forcing you into a dashy, letting it run.
You're winning the trade battles. You're walking out on top of all of these major
It may have been scripted, dude, honestly.
It's wonderful work from OpTic Texas so far in the feed.
He won those spawns or not. But the only reason, again, he had that cruise to give up that many points on P1 is because that spawn spawned out, and then which Pred down on a 5 spree from that because they had P4 control. That was my point. All right, you're pushing on up.
You're winning the trade battles. You're walking out on top of all of these major engagements.
Big first kill by Ken. Just buys time for his teammates to pinch in. You then flip the spawns off 1 and 2. That's just pressure. Big kills. They're going to spawn out. All right, Ultra needed that break. Now you have 3 pushed up and insight. The fact that insight doesn't get 1 there's massive. Then Envoy loses the 1 on the pinch, and now you are fucked. Insight's got to find 1 front there, and yeah. Because here's what happens, right? As soon as Envoy dies here, I guess Scrap gets 1, but this is your first player up. Envoy's going to die here. Then you have this pinch. These 2 players then are just kind of, yeah, they get cucked. The nades. Now, again, it's always tough for Ultra, right? 30 seconds left. You have front spawns. OpTic are going to play the hill. You're spawning in the back if you're Ultra. You're down 50. This is like similar to the sub base, right? We talked about. It's like, do we rotate? Or give up this 30? We're going to be down 80, but maybe we have spawns for new, or do you play for this? It's always a tough spot. I think Envoy might just have to row there. It's so tough though in this spot. Yeah, because as soon as Envoy doesn't go, you then get into this spot, because then off spawn, Shotzi has a freebie, right? He literally has, he's just locked down the rotation. If Envoy on that first, I mean, I know it's tough with 30 seconds, but goes all the way through, he might be able to make a play. Now they're just fucked. Like, Shotzi's here already. You're not going to expect this if you're inside. And you're just stuck on the right.
I'm pitching him. I'm pitching him. Go to the back. I'm behind him all. I'm looking at it. Yeah, back there. Inside back. Inside the back. Inside. Last guy, tell me. You with Eskies.
I mean, Pred just buys so much space here. I mean, look at this. Like, you're just, because of this spot, they know it's top middle and it's bridge, right? Like, that's what we mean about finding space on the map. Blocking the back, and this motherfucker is literally across the map killing people. Like, what is Ultra do? You literally just have to kill him. This does force a 4-on-3 on the point, though. But you know where they're coming from. Now you go for that one more time on rotation. You're late to P4 again.
Keep flooding.
It feels like destiny right now. OpTic Texas, the listening was absolutely brilliant. The kills have been unreal, and the score line is
they're just getting
These guys have
pinned.
elevated. They are gods on the map. They are playing with too much energy. They cannot be.
They changed anything? Ultra choked round 2. Probably should have been down 2-0.
Domination on Rio. A flawless grand finals performance.
20 for the win. OpTic flying forward. Ultra, it's a last-ditch attempt to stay alive. 3 in the feed and a bit of a hard point.
I mean, what? You got like 50 points after that fucking P3?
As OpTic's comms
That's not good.
furiously calling out the final few positions of these players. 10 seconds, and they are your champions. Dashi brought down. It's another last-ditch attempt here from Ultra. Have they finally found their footing here in this finals? We'll find out as Pred battling forward. Ultra survive again.
It's not going to matter. OpTic are going to do this. They're going to get it done. The onslaught is coming. Insight can feel the pressure. He's going to fall one by one. Ultra, your final stand.
Here we go. The last march of Toronto here on Rio. Dashi cuts them down. It's 5 for the win.
Yeah, I mean, once we got to map 4, that shit was done. I don't know. Yeah, I think Ultra just really messed up first 2 maps playing them on those. But that's it. All right. OpTic won. Wow.